Hi everyone, I am live and hopefully some of you are there, and I'm going to give you a little bit of time to get on here. Oh, that's Buster. Buster says hi. I think he's barking at me. Hold on a second. Hey, Buster. So anyway, I am here tonight to discuss anything any of y'all would like to talk about. Mostly Havenwood Falls and Forget You Not, but it doesn't have to be. We can talk characters, writing, Soul Savers, whatever you want. This is a time to ask me questions. Hey, Kristen. Good to see you, girl. I hope you're feeling better. Poor Kristen. She's not feeling well. So do we have anybody else here? Can you hear me? Hello? Am I by myself? Hi, Randy. Yay, at least my tribe is coming. Hi, Belinda. Hi, Carrie. Thanks for coming. Hi, Sue. I'm excited to see you too. Finally, after many, many years. Awesome, you guys can hear me. Okay, good. My wall needs, actually there's normally whiteboards there. It has proprietary information that the authors probably don't want me to share with y'all yet, so I had to take them down, and so it's just a bare ugly wall. And if I move, you're going to see a huge mess behind me because books and swag and everything kind of exploded in my living room as I'm getting ready for Once Upon a Book this weekend. I'm so excited for that. I haven't been to a con since last September, so I miss my peeps. I'm excited to see other authors and readers and people like Sue. Hi, Liz. Thanks for coming. So, okay. Questions? Does anybody have anything they want to ask me? Anything? Can't guarantee I'll answer depending on how personal it is, but you know. Let's see. I put up an interview. I put up some character interviews as well on the Havenwood Falls Sun and Moon Tribune, which is our blog over there. Just a little peek into the lives of Michaela and Xandru and myself. Okay. Oh, we got a question. Belinda asks, Kristie, are Aurelia and Gabe's stories a part of the Havenwood High series? I do want to write Aurelia's story. I don't know when it will be. I actually am co-writing a Havenwood Falls book that releases in October. And then I'm going to write another Kayla and Xandru book that will release in January. And then I want to write Maddie and Taze's story. So Aurelia's might be a little ways down the road. The other thing that we're running into is everybody is so excited about writing for this Havenwood Falls world that our schedule is really filling up already for 2018. So we're starting to fill in the blanks there with other authors. So I don't want to take them all up myself, obviously. So yeah, it'll probably be 2019, Belinda. And Gabe, it'll probably be a while since he's just 12 years old and in middle school right now. So we'll give him a little time to mature there so we're not totally gross. Kristen, what is the hardest part of orchestrating this awesomeness? Keeping up with everybody. My goodness, these authors. They are just prolific. And it's amazing and exciting, and I'm just going 90 miles an hour all of the time, just trying to keep up with all of the information, all of the contracts coming in, making sure everybody knows when their deadlines are, and I know when everyone's deadlines are, including my own. That would probably be the hardest part, is just organization, and I knew that going in that would be the biggest factor to make this a success. So I've been trying to stay on top of it as much as I can. Let's see. Randy, aside from Havenwood Falls, what are you working on? like there's time to work on anything else. Actually, when I can, I try to squeeze in a little bit on Age of Angels, which is no longer book 8 of Soul Savers. It is going to start its own series. I don't know when it'll release, probably sometime 2018. I just don't know when. It's about, it's a little more than half of the first draft is written. It's a lot more complex than any of the Soul Savers series, though, so it takes a lot more time. There's more than just Alexis's point of view, and so there's a lot of coordination and figuring out how the timelines overlap and twist and turn with each other. So, but I am working on it, and like I said, hopefully that'll be releasing in 2018. So, what is your plan for the continuation of Forget You Not? So, I'm going to write another story for Zan and Kayla that will release in January. We'll get more into their relationship. This first book was really an introduction to them, to the Havenwood Falls world. It really was, and it's even long. It's the longest one that's out so far, and that we'll probably be seeing for quite a while. I kind of exceeded my own rules for word count, but I was trying to get in there as much as I could about the world while still having a complete story. But it always was intended to just be a kickoff, a prequel, really. So the next one the working title is Lose You Not, and it is releasing in January, and it will be a continuation and more in-depth on Xandru and Kayla and some of their backstory and everything that's going on now, and what's happened with his brother and how that's affecting the rest of the family. Hey, Jacques, or should I say Michelle Hamlin? Michelle Hamlin's here, y'all. Belinda, are you working on Addie's and Taze's story for the next installment? It won't be the next one because I do want it. Originally, it was going to be the next one, but as I was finishing up Xandru's and Kayla's story, I realized that there's so much more to it that I don't want to put off. So I want to tell more of their story before I dive into Addie's and Taze's, but they are coming. Oh, Jacqueline, that would be awesome. What we would really love to do is a Havenwood Falls conference or convention. I would maybe take over some town like Telluride in Colorado and just have a big, huge Havenwood Falls fan fest. And if anything, we'll have a big author fest because we all just are ready to move there, so we can at least tease ourselves with a weekend in the Colorado mountains. But wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be awesome. Okay, and party bus Shark Week, because we got to fly in somewhere, and it's going to be about a 6-hour drive. So we'll party bus from Denver to our own Havenwood Falls. Okay, Carrie, are you releasing any more books with the Soul Savers series, or is that done now? The Soul Savers series itself is done, although there could be some novellas in the works. Well, not in the works, but I've considered, there's several stories, characters in the Soul Savers whose stories I want to tell that are in that timeline before the big war. Vanessa and Owen, for one. But I don't know if they will be novellas that are just, complements to the Soul Savers series, or if they'll be their own series. I haven't really fleshed out that entire story. So I do really want to tell Owen and Vanessa's story. I'd also would love to tell Rena and Solomon's story. Maybe Sophia and Oliver Winston's story. So there's so many. There's Blossom and Jack's. So there's so much still there that I want to write, but I really needed to just take a step away from that world for a while, because I struggled so much with how to do everything. And then once, I glommed on to a good story that I felt that ended up being Age of Angels, it's just, like I said before, it's just so much more complex than anything I've written that it's just taking a lot more time. You can blame George R.R. Martin for that. You'll see why when it comes out. Sarah, do I have an assistant to help me? Buster? He's not much of a help, though. Right now, I don't want to say I'm doing it all myself because the authors are really pitching in and doing what they can. Redcoat PR is helping me with some of the marketing and public relations side. It's really a team effort, but I do have an assistant just waiting for me to say, okay, let's do this. So eventually, yes, I will definitely, and I'm sure there will be even a bigger team eventually if this all goes the way I want it to. Belinda, can you tell us if the curse will be broken anytime soon? I assume you mean the Roca curse? And if that's the case, then I don't want to give anything away, but I'm going to say that in this next book with Xandru and Michaela, or Michaela, as Mammy would say, there's going to be an issue with how they've trapped the curse in Taze's body. So the Rocas are not in the free and clear yet. And then obviously Taze himself is suffering the brunt of it. And that's going to be his and Addie's story, is whether she can save him from that. But I don't want to give away anything else, so I'm just going to move on to the next question. Randy, will Mammy have a love interest? Oh my gosh, everybody wants spoiler. There is a very good possibility that Mammy has a love interest. She's not the only ghost in town, and I'll just leave it at that. Purple Pig Con. Hey, did y'all see Michaela's interview today that was posted on the Sun and Moon Tribune on the Havenwood Falls site? I threw in a little Purple Pig reference there. And I know most of you don't know what that's referring to. There is a festival on Havenwood Falls. It's on the website. It takes place in April, I think. And the people of Havenwood Falls go to Town Square and they paint plates. And I won't tell you more than that. Randy tells a lot more about it in her September release, Covetousness, about the the plate painting in the park event and what the Purple Pig has to do with it. So it's a lot of fun, and you can just prepare for some Purple Pig references. Let's see. Becky Tarter-Ruther, are you going to turn it into a full novel? Okay, so we're having some discussion about possibly doing full-length novels in Havenwood Falls in the future. I have this whole master plan laid out. As you probably know, what we just launched is the new adult and adult line of Havenwood Falls. In October, we launched a young adult line. And the next year, I'm planning to launch a historical line and possibly an erotica one. And so that's a lot of novellas. It's once each one is launched, that means each series has a new release a month. So we're talking 4 novellas a month eventually. There will also be bundles. So there's so many releases in there, and bringing in full-length novels will require me changing that master plan. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now, because I know for me, like I said, when I was writing Zan and Michaela's story, I wanted it to be so much longer. I know readers really like longer reads. So it's definitely under consideration. So just stay tuned for more news about that. Carmen, is it safe to listen watch if I haven't started Havenwood Falls? I will give you a spoiler alert. How about that, okay? There's been a couple things kind of referred to, but I don't know that they're really spoilery. You just probably will be confused to what's been talked about so far. But yeah, go ahead and listen. Let's see. You're welcome, Carmen. What else? Anybody have anything else for me? Mammy. I know how much Randy loves Mammy too. I couldn't get rid of her, and I kind of thought, actually, what I really went back and forth on is if she was even alive when we first meet her, or if she was already a ghost then. So that was one of the things that I didn't even realize until I was writing the story how that was going to pan out. So yes, there is a continuation of Mammy, but I'm not going to say any more than that. Have a date when the books come out on paperback. Sarah, you keep asking me this, and no, I don't know yet. Actually, I do know. I just haven't publicly announced it yet because I'm saving that for Once Upon a Book. There will be a special announcement and a special surprise at Once Upon a Book author signing next week, or this week actually, Saturday. And then once that is done, I will make it all public and you will know more no later than a week from today, next Monday, about print books and bundles and other goodies that we have in store for y'all. Belinda, how did the other authors and you pick who they wanted to write about in Havenwood Falls, or did they give you suggestions? Pretty much every author gets to choose what kind of creature they want to write about. And I say pretty much, that really is how it happens. So some are writing about characters or creatures they've already written about, such as Randy Cooley Wilson is bringing in a gargoyle, or 5 or 9 or 1 or 2, I'm not going to say, who comes to Havenwood Falls. So that was an easy pick for her. Others, just like myself, just wanted to write something new. Obviously, I have vampires in my Soul Savers series, but we haven't actually read from their perspective. So this was a new creature for me to write, and then I wanted to give my own twist on it. So after a ton of research, I decided to go with the Moroi vampires. They're Romanian vampires. As far as I could find, the only time they've been written about before is in the Vampire Academy series, but that is not where they originated. So I'm not really familiar with that series. I read the first book and that's it, and I don't remember much about it. I know there's some similarities, but there's also some differences in my Moroi and my mythology. Let's see, we have a lot of shifters. I think a lot of people just wanted to write something new, something they've never done before and would fit into this world. I have a proposal right now that's very unique. Very unique is redundant. I hate that. But it is a different take on everything, so we're going to see if it will fit in the world. But as long as, whatever the authors come up with, as long as it fits and it keeps to the rules of Havenwood Falls and the magic and the actual rules of the court of the sun and the moon is set up, then we figure out how to make that work within the story. Let's see. Sarah, I haven't read the books. Are there demons? Well, I'm just going to say read the book. There will be demons, and that's all I'm going to say. We have, I will give you a hint on what's coming up. We have the gargoyles. We have some dragon shifters. We have some fae. We have some wolf shifters. We have witch hunters. Lots of witches. We have bear shifters, angels, fallen angels, demons, necromancers. I mean, we've got a lot of variety coming up. Sirens. And like I said, I have a proposal for something quite different, and we're just making sure we can fit it into what's already been established in Havenwood Falls. I have another contract that came in that'll be an interesting take on something most people aren't necessarily aware of. What else do we have? Where are my authors? What else do we have, girls? Susan, hey, glad you made it home. Mermen, no mermen, as far as I know yet. But who knows, you know? There's always a possibility. I can't wait. Oh, Carrie, you have no idea how exciting it is to be discussing all of these books and know what's coming and not be able to just put them all out there at once, because you kind of just really want to do that, but that would not be cool, because then you guys would be overwhelmed, and so would we. So it's all really exciting, but I'm glad that we're launched now. We're going to have at least one book a month. After October, we'll have 2 new releases every month, and then it'll just keep growing from there. It really is all very exciting. Oh, my thing's not scrolling. There were more here. Oh, Gypsy Demons, Pirates. Ooh, we got Pirates coming. Thank you, Randy. Belinda, so there should be about 12 more books this year for Havenwood. 2017, I have to count on my fingers. We have Randy releasing in September. We have Callie Ross, Morgan Wiley, and Kristen Yard launching our young adult series in October, plus the book I'm co-writing with TV Han. That releases in October. We have Lila Felix and Amy Hale in November, and Michelle G. Miller and R.K. Riles in December. So we have 9 coming in December, and then, like I said, next year is filling up quite a bit. Any kitsunes? No, I don't even know what that is. Actually, it sounds familiar, but it's not coming to mind. But so far, no, we don't have anything like that. Yes, we do have dragons. Is that what a kitsune is? Susan, what I love is how the characters will intermingle with the rest of the books. That was the biggest thing I was trying to accomplish with this, and why it was so hard getting a contract nailed down, because what is copyrightable is somewhat left to interpretation of the law, but generally, you know, we got to protect our characters and who can use them. And so being able to give the freedom for all of the authors to use some characters, but still be able to keep their main characters just in case they ever want to write another story about them outside of Havenwood Falls, that was kind of the kicker there. So we do have it arranged, so there's lots of interaction. It's so much fun to see your character pop up in another author's book and to collaborate with them and make sure, you know, like the dialogue is how you know, see that character being, or they're wearing, you know, something appropriate. I think it's also a lot of fun to go to the different places over and over again, because, you know, that's what in a TV series about a small town, that's what you start, you know, getting used to, is seeing the same characters and the same locations, and it starts to feel like home to you. And I just think that's a lot of fun. Linda, 9-tailed fox demons from Japan. Okay, no we don't, but I am totally interested in that. You have piqued my interest. I think that's something that we need to look into. Let's see. Anything else? Anything about Forget You Not, about the authors? You want me to snark on all the authors? So, that Randy Wilson. No, seriously, I adore her. I can't tell you anything bad about her. I really can't tell you anything bad about any of them, because they're all really awesome, and I'm just so pleased with the group we have so far. And one of the things I was going for was to help us all expand our reach, you know, who our audiences are, and grow our audiences. And that's what I love, is seeing so many reviews for the first 3 books about, I've never read this author before, but now I'm in love. All 3 of us have gotten those reviews, and it's just amazing. That's exactly what I was hoping for, is that you all would get to discover new to you authors and discover more books, because you can never have too many books, right? Let's see, how did you come up with the name Havenwood Falls? Oh my gosh, that took forever. I have pages and pages in my notebook of different ideas of what to call it, and either everything was already taken or it sounded too much like something that I didn't want it to sound like. I knew that there are waterfalls involved, so I kind of wanted to keep falls in the name of it, and eventually it came to Havenwood Falls because this town was started as a haven, a safe haven for supernaturals. So that's why I wanted to also incorporate haven. So it was just coming up with how to put those together. Sarah Knight, will you marry me? Oh, then my last name would be Knight. I might consider that. Carrie, how do you come up with your plots and how they work with the other authors? You all get together and discuss it all. We discuss some, not everything, because each book is a standalone. Each author's story is a standalone. So there will be sequels, like I've talked about. Lose You Not will be the sequel to Forget You Not. So you would want to read those in order, but otherwise, you don't have to read. Well, we suggest you read mine before my first one, Forget You Not, before any of the others. But besides that, you really don't have to read any of them in a certain order. So there's not a whole lot of plot overlap and involvement there. We do collaborate on certain things to make sure that there's continuity. Everything from weather to the library fire in mine, there's a reason that was set up, which you will read about in Randy's upcoming release. There's things like that, and then it's really, most of our collaboration is on the characters. And for example, just today, Kristen was like, okay, I need a couple of guys to get in a fight at the bar. So who has, 2 adult characters who can do that? And so we just, pipe up, and the author picks whoever's going to work out best for her story. And we work in that way. It's been so much fun being able to do that. And even being able, what I'm most impressed with, or there's a lot I'm impressed with, but one of the things I'm really impressed with all these authors is when there might be a bit of a conflict there, everybody's so willing to make adjustments to their story so that everybody's story will work. And the only time we've had to say, no, you can't do that is like right now. These first 3 books, whatever's in them, they're out in the world now, so we kind of got to stick to them. But other than that, we can make little adjustments if we need to accommodate other authors, and they've all just been wonderful about that. Is there a super dark evil in this series? That would be Kristen. She is our super dark evil. There is. In a variety of ways, though, Sarah. Each story kind of has its own villain. There are some overlaps, though, and there are some people who are wreaking havoc in various stories, more than one story. I'll just say the Green Coven. Watch out for them. Belinda, you're going to love Randy's book. She just submitted her revisions to me, and I can't wait to read it. Again, because it's just that good, and I'm excited for everyone to read hers as well. Susan, as an author, what I'm enjoying the most is talking to the other authors about their stories and characters and getting to see their storylines develop. It really has been so cool. It's that you want to read their stories like right now, and that's the hardest thing. It's just waiting for everyone to finish their stories, because we talk about it so much that you're just chomping at the bit to be able to read those stories. Yeah, Kristen and Randy are, they got some evilness. I think, believe it or not, R.K. Riles has a little bit of evil in her, too. She's got a dark side. Oh. Okay, do you guys have anything else for me? Are you enjoying the books? I'm getting that everybody is, especially if you're here, but it's good to know that everyone's enjoying this little world that we've created, and it's little now, but it is just growing so fast that it's going to be phenomenal in no time. We have an evil table at the Purple Pig Con. I don't even know what to say to that. Pretty much the whole thing will kind of be that way. And I guess we could have a good side and a bad side and have some competitions. Sarah Knight, should I finish your Soul Saver series or put that on hold to read this series? That's up to you. I think everybody who loves Soul Savers would say finish that. You have all of the books, I know you do. So, but that's really up to you on where you are in that series, and if you want to stop and put on hold until you at least catch up with these 3 books. They're novellas, so they don't take very long to read. But I hate to tell anyone to stop in the middle of any series to go pick up another book, unless it's just amazingly awesome, which of course ours are. So I don't know, Sarah, I don't have an answer for you. Sorry. Jessica, I'm hoping for a villain I hate to love. I'm sure there will be plenty. Randy, which signings will you be at this year? Oh, thank you for asking. So this year I will be at Once Upon a Book this Saturday. That's in Frankenmuth, Michigan. September 29th and 30th, I will be at PennCon in St. Louis, and we are putting together something for the Havenwood Falls readers. There will be a huge contingent of us. I think there's probably going to be at least 12 of us, including Regina Wamba, our art director. Shout out to her for the amazing job she's done. Jock, aka Michelle Hamlin, our news anchor and videographer, and several of the authors. So we're hoping to put together something that we can do a meet and greet with the fans who are at PennCon. And then I'll be doing some traveling with Afterwards, which is seminars for authors. And then the next actual reader event I'll be doing is, I can't think of it, it's TAE, I can't talk authors event, in Boston next April, and PennCon next September. And right now that's all I have lined up, but I do plan on adding more dates. We're just trying to figure out our Afterwards dates before I commit to any more signings. Let's see. Don't trust the food at the evil table. That's like the fairy food. Carrie, Sarah says, finish the Soul Saver series. Anywhere near Oregon. Oh my gosh, if you only knew how many years I've been trying to get out to the West Coast. And I make plans and they fall through. So I make other plans and they fall through. I so badly want to get out there. The Pacific Northwest is the only part of the country I've never been to. The farthest I've been is Northern California. So I really want to get out there and spend some time out there. Right now, I don't know when. I know Afterwards will be taking us out there, but as far as a signing, I'm not sure about it yet. So sorry, Sarah, I don't have a good answer for you on that. Carrie, are you planning on coming to the UK anytime soon? Well, I've done 2 author tours to the UK so far. I totally miss it. It was kind of it's weird how life is, but I was there in 2013, 2015, so 2017 came along, and it just felt like, oh, it's time to go to the UK. But no, it's not. So I do hope to get back. Again, I don't know when that will be. Michelle, let's go to the West Coast. Yes, right? Jessica, is Havenwood Falls High series going to be more YA? It definitely is YA. That is our young adult spin-off series. It'll be a whole different branding look. You'll know that it's Havenwood Falls High. It still has the logo, but in the moon instead of a mountain, there's our mascot, the dragon, and the covers will look different. So you'll definitely know that you're getting a Havenwood Falls book, but you'll also be able to see immediately if it's young adult or the new adult and adult line. Okay, Kristen, you're starting in New York. You can make your way down south to get me. You can pick up Michelle and Annalisa on the way, and then we'll just kind of meander our way west. See, this is why I needed my RV, right? Woohoo! Okay, if there's not really anything else, any other questions, please do. If you have more questions, pop them up there. But in the meantime, I'm going to remind you that Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, EJ Facendo will be here live answering your questions about Fate, Love, and Loyalty, as well as her other books and anything else you want to talk to her about. So I hope you'll come back and chat with EJ on Wednesday. And the next Tuesday, the 15th, Susan Burdorf will be here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And she'll be doing another live Q&A about her book, Old Wounds, as well as her other books and whatever you want to ask her. So I'm hoping whatever authors, I'm not going to force them to do this, but any authors who are willing to do it, we will be scheduling these live Q&A videos after their releases. So we want to give you guys a little bit of time to be able to read the stories, and so you can ask questions about the stories and the characters and whatnot. But, within a week or two after the releases, you can expect a live video for most of them. So we thought that would be a lot of fun. Liz Ferry, do you have more books lined up for the NA or the YA series? I definitely have more books lined up for the NA series. I want to write Aurelia's story for the YA series. I just don't know when that will be. I'm afraid she's going to graduate high school by the time I can write this story and there's actually space in the schedule, because right now our release schedule is filling up really fast. Carmen, I'm horrified to say I haven't read your work. What series should I start with? Oh, Carmen, that's okay. We all start somewhere, right? We discover new authors in different ways and at different times. I have, my big seller is the Soul Savers series. I'm sure everyone will tell you that's where to start. It is a 7-book series, though, and then it has novella spin-offs. So if you don't want to commit quite to that yet, you can start with Forget You Not, get a taste of my writing, and it's a little different than Soul Savers, but it's pretty indicative as well. And then I also have the Book of Phoenix trilogy, which is again a little bit different, but kind of similar. So you have your choice there. I think everybody would tell you to either do Forget You Not first or start with the Soul Savers series. Belinda, how did you decide which books to release first? Basically, who could write the book the fastest? My goal was to have this launch by the beginning of August, and mostly because I wanted it to launch before any of the conferences I was going to happen. And so, like I said, Once Upon a Book is this Saturday, so I wanted to get it out before then. I also wanted to have a good foothold in the market before the holidays and before the end of the year. So it was it moved so fast once it got going that the first 3 books, I knew I was going to write the first one just because I've had this world in my head for longer, and I could hopefully do a decent introduction into the world without it, keeping it not so overwhelming that you're getting everything laid on you at once, but enough that you're brought into Havenwood Falls. You kind of understand, what kind of town it is and everything, and then you start reading the other stories and learning more and more about the town and the secrets and the lies that it holds. So from there, it really was just the authors get to tell me when they will have a manuscript ready, and then I schedule the release from there. So that's kind of how we decide what order they go in. Kristen, can I wear costumes? Anytime, girl. It'll be Halloween for you every day. And Kristie Cook's book in the Supernatural Chronicles is really great also. Oh, that's another one. Some of our Havenwood Falls authors are in the Supernatural Chronicles. So you can get to know all of us a little bit better. But that's another series where you want to read all of those books. They are novellas though, so they're not terribly long. But there are 10 books in that one. Yeah, Carrie, they are all awesome, but you should totally start with Soul Savers. I had a feeling someone would say that. Okay, well, I'm going to wrap this up unless anything else comes in. I want to thank all of you for coming. I want to thank all of our authors and Regina, our art director, Liz Ferry, our proofreader, Redcoat PR, who has been really great in helping me expand our audience. Jacqueline Protho, also known as Michelle Hamlin, Danielle Lanzarata, who is a recent sign-on Havenwood Falls. She is also the video editor for Jacques and Michelle's videos. And let's see, all of you, obviously. Thank you so much for reading, for being so excited about this series. Everybody's feedback has been just incredible, and it's just really cool to have this idea come to fruition, and then it's just exploding. And that's just amazing, and it couldn't be done without the authors and without you guys, the readers. So thank you very much for reading, for giving us all a try, and hopefully you'll tell all your friends about it and invite some new readers into our Havenwood Falls town. Okay. Tina, do you stay with the review crew you already have throughout the year, or do you do the review? Okay, so the review crew, Angdora's review crew, it is stable, and I keep it at a certain number of reviewers. Some people drop off, some people we have to take out because they're not doing their job, or we find pirated copies or whatever. So that's when slots come available, and I will ask for new reviewers to fill those slots. But I have to keep it at a certain number just because of the way everything's done as far as delivering arcs and keeping track of everything. What I know is the optimum number for how many reviews we want in those first 48 hours, and etc. So that's kind of how it works. So this month we don't have any slots open. So we will see what happens next month if anything comes open. Thank you, Belinda. So awesome, you guys. Thank you. Welcome to Havenwood Falls. I hope you'll stick around for a while. Just be careful. There's a lot of sharp teeth and wicked claws. So y'all take care, and come back on Wednesday and talk to EJ, okay? Okay. Bye.